Sahanau Bhunaktu Sah Viryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamai Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sarasvati Namastubhyam Vade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada. We'll chant the Shanti mantra. Please repeat after me. Om Apyayantu Mamangani.
Om Apyayantu Mamangani.
Vak Pranaschakshu Shrotramatho Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani.
Vak Pranaschakshu Shrotramato Balamindriyani Cha Sarvani.
Sarvam Brahmopanishadam.
Sarvam Brahmopanishadam.
Maham Brahma Nirakuryam.
Maham Brahma Nirakuryam.
Ma Brahma Nirakarot.
Ma Brahma Nirakarot.
Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam me astu.
Anirakaranam astu Anirakaranam me astu.
Tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaha.
Tadatmani nirateya upanishatsu dharmaha.
Te mai santo, te mai santo.
Te mai santu, te mai santu.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay. Let's chant the first two verses. I'll chant, you can repeat after me. Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha.
Keneshitam patati preshitam manaha.
Kena pranah pratamah praiti yuktaha.
Kena pranah pratamah praiti yuktaha.
Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti.
Keneshitam vachamimam vadanti.
Chakshushrotram ka udevo yunakti.
Chakshushrotram ka udevo yunakti.
Shrotrasya shrotram manaso manoyat.
Shrotrasya shrotram manaso manoyat.
Vacho habacham sahu pranasya pranaha.
Vacho habacham sahu pranasya pranaha.
Chakshushaschakshurati muchya dhiraha.
Chakshushaschakshurati muchya dhiraha.
Pretyasma lokadamrita bhavanti.
Pretyasma lokadamrita bhavanti.
Okay. So we are studying Kenopanishad, and we started yesterday from the Shanti mantra. Just tuning ourselves to the Upanishad and making sure that we are well, we are strong, we are healthy to be able to really study this and take a deep dive into it. And in this Upanishad, we also saw that the student is somebody quite unique. Someone who's not dependent on the experience of objects for their joy or happiness. So the student is not dependent on the experience of having wealth, having status, having a career, having a family. They have seen that even if we have these things, we're not really happy. We may be happy for a semblance of a moment, but after that, again, we're sad. Again, we feel incomplete. The second level of a person is the one who depends on the experiencer and says that, the world might not give me what I need, or it may, but as long as I work with my mind and make my mind peaceful, I'll be okay. So, no matter what happens, I will work with my mind. If favorable things happen, I'll let my mind enjoy. And if unfavorable things happen, I'll adjust my mind so that I'm able to see positivity in it. And while this is very good, and this is what we should practice, this is also not what the student is practicing, a student of Kenopanishad, because they realize that even this mind has limitations. How much can we control our mind? How much can we fix it and move it and make it straight? It's like straightening the tail of a dog. Again, it'll curl. So the solution is also not at the level of the mind. It's not at the level of objects, nor is it at the level of the mind. There's something deeper, and the solution is what is beyond the mind. And that's why he asks the question, Ke neshitam padati preshitam manaha. What is it that makes the mind think? Kena prana prathama praiti yukta. What is it that makes the breathing breathe, or the breath breathe? Kene shita vacham imam vadanti. What is it that makes speech speak? Chakshu shrotram ka udevo yunanti. What is it that makes the eyes see, the ears hear? What is it that makes all of this happen? There has to be something else. If I'm not the mind, then what am I? What is making the mind work? What is making the speech work? What is making the eyes see? Making the ears hear? And the teacher responded with a very, very beautiful mantra, and that's where we left off yesterday. He said, Shrotrasya Shrotram Manaso Manoyat Vacho Havacham Saupranasya Prana Chakshushash Chakshu. It is the ear of the ear, the mind of the mind, the speech of the speech, the breath of the breath, and the eye of the eye. So it is something we know that's inner. It's not the ear. Do you remember? It's not part of the ear, right? But it's that which enables the ear to hear, but cannot be heard by the ear. Right? It's not part of the mind, but enables the mind and cannot be thought of by the mind. So what is it? It is something that's inner. When he says ear of the ear, mind of the mind, speech of the speech, he's trying to tell us go beyond that now. Go inner. It's not an object. That which is illumining all of these things, that which is making it function, is not an object, but it's the very subject. So go inward. And he's also saying through this answer that if we use the ear as a reference, as a point, we can go beyond the ear. Use the ear to trace what's beyond the ear. Use the ear to go to how is hearing happening? How is sound happening? What's illuminating that sound? What is that I am? Use the mind. There are thoughts happening in the mind. What is that which is illuminating the mind? Whether thoughts are present or thoughts are absent. Whether thoughts are slow or thoughts are fast. What is illuminating the mind? Go to that. That is a pure self. Take the eye. Take the eyes. Eyes are seeing so many things. Focus on the eye. What is it that knows the condition of the eye, whether it's dry eye, tired eyes, alive eyes? It's the mind. But what is illuminating the mind? What is illuminating the thought of the mind? It is that pure self, that awareness. So by answering in this way, the teacher is doing a profound job for the student. He's telling him that this thing that you're looking for, don't look out. Look within. It is the ear of the ear, the eye of the eye. And this thing that you're looking for, you can use any of these things. You can use the ear, the eye, the speech, the mind. You can use that and you can trace it back and you will find out who you are. Because that which is being indicated cannot indicate through speech. And so this is how the teacher answers the question. Very, very beautiful response. He's saying that, let us say we take the mind. Just take the mind. And we also did this in the meditation yesterday. How many, many thoughts are there in the mind? So many. When we met earlier for lunch, I had explained, and you were asking, how do we observe this consciousness, right? The thought of observing itself is not that witness. So if you imagine thoughts like cars that are moving, and you're just staying there, and each thought is a car. Each thought is a car passing you by. And in between the cars is a space. And you are the witness of each thought, and even the space between thoughts. How is the space between thoughts known? How is it known? We are aware of our thoughts, but we are also aware that there's a space between the thoughts. So take the thought, take the space of the thought, and go to that which illuminates it. It's very simple. Every thought can take us to consciousness. Every single thought. With every single thought, we have the choice. Am I going to go to the resource, or am I going to go to the source? Am I going to go to the resource outside, go with the thought flow, go with everything that's happening with the thought? Or am I just going to go to the source and remain? So with every thought, there is consciousness. With every sight, I have a choice. Am I going to go to the sight, all of the different sights, or am I going to go to the seer? I have a choice. With every sound, don't do that now. Am I going to go to the sound, or am I going to go to the hearer? Everything, we have a choice of where to go. And once we remain as we are, it's a choiceless awareness. So this is what the teacher was trying to indicate to the student, and this is why he said it this way. Now we might say, okay, why do I have to know this? Why do I have to know the answer to this question? Why do I have to inquire? And the answer is given, Atimuchya dhiraha. The dhiraha means the wise people. Who are the wise people? The wise people are the ones who always go within. We were talking about evolutionary choices in life. How do we know what's an evolutionary choice? An evolutionary choice is to always go in instead of out. It's a simple way to look at it. Is this action, is this situation, is this causing me to go out, or is it causing me to go in? Anything that's taking us to go in is an evolutionary choice, because it's taking us to ourselves. So a dhira is the one who clearly sees that this is taking me out, this is taking me in. Clearly sees it. Sometimes we don't even know. It's in and out. You know? A wise one knows, is this taking me out or is this taking me in? And further, the wise one follows that call to go with him. Many times, we kind of know. This is taking me out, this is taking me in, right? But what are we doing? We know to go in, but we happily go out. So a wise person also follows that calling. See, our inner calling is always to go in, isn't it? When we're looking for answers to what should we do, how should we do things, what is the best way to get an answer? To sit in silence. We don't have to pay so much money to go see somebody to get consulting. What do I do this? How do I do? We don't have to bother so many people. We just really need to sit with ourselves. So this is called wise. Wise person knows what is in and what is out and makes the choice to go in. And when the wise person goes in, atimucha, and lets go of that which is not me. What is not me? In this verse is clear. The mind is not me. The speech is not me. The breath is not me. The eye is not me. The ear is not me. Because I am the eye of the eye. I am the mind of the mind. I am the ear of the ear. So here, atimucha. Atimucha means having let go, having abandoned that which is not me, which is the eye, the ear, the speech, the mind. Because I became a dhira. As a seeker, we have become dhiraha. Then, pretya, having gone away, asmat lokat, means having gone away from this world of the senses. Loka here means the world of the senses. Having gone away from this, amrita bhavanti. Amrita bhavanti. They become immortal. Meaning they realize their immortal nature. We don't need to become immortal. The bhavanti here is they realize it. They recognize it. So I should know this truth so that I'm able to let go of that which is not me, and having done that, I recognize my immortality. So what does it mean first to let go of the mind, let go of the eyes, the ears, all of those things? What does it mean to let go? Letting go means it detached from that identification. The eyes are not going to stop seeing. The ears are not going to stop hearing. And the mind is not going to stop thinking. Certainly it's not going to stop. And breath is not going to stop breathing. Hopefully it doesn't stop, right? It doesn't stop. But letting go that I am the one doing that. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 5, it says, Pashyan, Shrunvan, right? That whole verse. Seeing is happening. Hearing is happening. Tasting is happening. Smelling is happening. Thinking is happening. Why am I taking the burden of it? It's happening. So let it just happen. We talked about letting go of doership. This is what it means, letting go of the sense of I, letting go of the sense of doership. We don't have to take it upon ourselves. Because when we take it upon ourselves, that produces a lot of stress. It produces stress. And so I had said earlier, change your to-do list to flow. Huh? Life is not meant to do. Life is meant to flow. It's meant to flow. Let everything happen through you. Someone might say, if I don't do anything, what will happen? See, how does an enlightened being live? You might might have heard this example before of the fan. So let us say there's a ceiling fan here. A ceiling fan is revolving at its speed. Now, when we turn off the fan, what happens? Does it stop right away? It keeps going. It doesn't stop right away. It'll stop when its time comes. It will stop. An enlightened being has switched off doership. Switched off. Like the fan has been switched off. But the senses in the mind are still moving. And they're still moving according to their prarabdha karma, according to the will of Ishvara. They're not fighting anything, you see. It's just moving. It's just moving. So when we let go of the sense of I, it means that we let divinity flow through us. We're just flowing. We're just moving. We're not intending anything. We're not saying, I want to see this, or I want to go there. We don't have a will per se of our own, but we just let the divine will flow through. That's all. It just happens. And life just happens. So you see, we don't really have to take all of that stress, all of that pressure, all of that tension on our shoulders. Why? It's all, just let Bhagavan do what he does. And sway, let him just move to his rhythm. What have we been doing? Because we're so identified with our mind, with our body, with our senses, we're moving to our rhythm. And when we move to our rhythm, what kind of music do we make? Terrible, treacherous music. That creates noise. It's not even music, it's noise. But when Bhagavan moves through us, it's divine. It's simply divine that we can't even describe it in words. So let go of that sense of doership. Question comes for seekers. Have I let that doership go? How do I know? How do I know? One indicator is rest and relaxation. We will feel rest, relax. We will feel that we are in that abode of rest. Remember, it's not saying that everything is going to stop functioning. Everything will continue functioning. But continue functioning from a place of rest, a place of stillness, a place of silence, as opposed to a place of loud noise. And true beauty comes from stillness. Have you seen the beauty in the world when there's a nice musical composition that comes from stillness? Have you seen how beautiful that is? And when there's a work of art that comes from stillness. And when there are words that come from stillness. Do our words come from stillness, or do they come from more sound? So we know that we've let go of doership when there's a sense of relaxation. The sense of relaxation. The second is, how do we know that we've let go of doership? Is when we perceive joy and sorrow to actually just be the same. We don't even know what's joy and know what's sorrow anymore, because to us, it is a gift. When we have such strong doership, we have such strong experiencership. I did this, I insist on getting this result, it's going to give me joy. I did this and I don't want this result because it's going to give me sorrow. The moment we have doership, we have enjoyership, experiencership. It goes line in line. But when we let go of doership and stop striving to be happy and to run away from sorrow, can't tell the difference. Is it joy or is it sorrow? We don't know the difference. It's just happening. The things are just happening. Is it good? Is it bad? It's just happening. So, Pretyasma Yoga. So this letting go of I, this is what we have to do. And in fact, in all the yogas, we let go of doership. And we were talking also about it earlier. In each yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, ashtanga yoga, there is a letting go of doership. But in jnana yoga, it's a complete full letting go. It's a full surrender. In karma yoga, how do we let go of doership? We talked about it is when get into a flow state, right? When we lose ourselves, basically when we lose ourselves in an action. And Venkateshji very nicely said that if your skill, right, if the challenge is above the skill, it's too much pressure and anxiety. And if the challenge is below skill level, then we get bored. But when something is almost there, similar, when our skill matches the challenge, then we really kind of just get lost in whatever we're doing. And when we get lost, it's that state of flow where there's no doership. There's no doership. It's just happening. I'm sure everyone has experienced a semblance of this, right? Everyone would know what this is like. And in Bhakti Yoga, there's also a time where we let go of doership. I'm sure we have all experienced being in a kirtan and just losing yourself in that kirtan. At first we're singing the words, and then we're swaying with the words. And there's a point in time when we're at kirtan, in bhajan, when we just close our eyes and we don't know where we are. There's no time, there's no space, there's no I in kirtan. And then we wake up, we get out of it. So in Bhakti Yoga, it also happens. We lose that doership. And in Ashtanga Yoga, we also lose that doership in Samadhi. Ashtanga Yoga, people try to sit down and contemplate on a certain chakra, on a light, on sound, even on pranava, on om. And in that samadhi, the thought cease and one loses themselves. But they come out of it again. Yeah? So these are the places we find most rest. These are the places we find most rest because there's no doership. There's no sense of I, there's no sense of ego. And these are sattvic ways to find rest. But what is Jnana Yoga telling us? We don't have to go into that state to find rest. We don't have to go into a flow state, or a kirtan state, or even the state of samadhi. Because you are rest. You yourself are rest. You being Atma, which is timeless, which is spaceless, which is egoless, are the ultimate place of rest. That is your nature. That is actually who we are. All we have to do is come to recognize that. Letting go means just let go of what we are not. That's all. That's all that spirituality is. In this world, so many people long to let go of that doership that they do it through alcohol or through drugs. It's a very tamasic way to do it. But that's what they're getting. You see, everybody wants to do it. Everyone wants to let go of that doership. And so they will get into drugs, or get into alcohol, or get into some party where they can forget themselves. In our Shastra, the sattvic means is, as I explained, through Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. And the ultimate means is Jnana Yoga. So, Atimuchya, let go. And having done that, having let go of this identification with the world of senses and mind, one realizes that they are immortal. They are timeless, spaceless. What does it mean to realize that we are immortal? Immortality is equivalent to fearlessness, abhayam, fearlessness. We feel so limited, and that's why we are afraid. Well, I can't do this because I only have this much time. I only have this much effort. I'm only capable of this much. We feel limited, and so we feel like we can't do so many things, and we're afraid of so many things. The limitations only belong to this body, this mind, these intellect. When we realize that we are unlimited, then we don't put any limitations on ourselves. What is the biggest limitation in our lives? We are. The ego is. We set our own limits. The minute we say, I can't do this, I don't know if I can do it, I'm not capable, who is limiting? We are. I can't be here, I can't know this, I can't realize the truth. Who is limiting? We are. But the minute we just let go, break free, remember, whatever's presented in front of us, that's what we're meant to do. If it's there in front of us, it's meant for us. Take it and ride with it, because you are immortal. Let go of that limitation. Your nature is immortality. So it means fearlessness, not being afraid to take on what comes in front of us. If it came, it means it's for us. And don't limit it. Don't say, I cannot take it, I cannot do it, I can't. No, it came. Therefore, it's for you. Immortality, abhayatvam, or abhayam, also means that the fear of disease and the fear of death, they go away. What is our big fear? Our fear is this body is going to die. But not so much that, I tell you, that it's going to get disease. Right? I'm going to get sick in some way, and I hope I'm not bedridden, and I hope I'm not a burden to anybody, and I hope, I could still walk, and I hope I could still, dress up and go out. I hope I'm not in bed. See here, everybody has to get a disease. Everybody. Because everybody has to die. Huh? There are a few lucky ones who have sudden death. They just die. Few lucky ones. Majority of us will have to go through a disease. Some will have to go through cancer. Some will have to go through heart problem, heart attack. Some will have to go through paralysis. Some through kidney. Some through prostate cancer. So many, everybody has to go through. So what is the attitude then when I know that I am not this? Well, okay, go through it. Ananta Mahima was asked what to do. What do you do when disease comes to you? She says, I don't do anything. If they come, let them come and let them play with this body. And when they go, Let them go. And she looked at the people. She said, why, when you come, do I do anything? And when you're here, do I shoo you away? Just as I treat you, I treat the disease. I don't do anything when you come, and I don't push you away. So why should I do anything when disease comes? And why should I push it away? It's just playing with this body. So there is a great fearlessness because we realize, we recognize, I am not this. I am the body of the body. Right? So the fear of disease goes. The fear of death goes. Because when the body dies, I'm not going to die. It's okay. And the fear of losing someone also goes. Why? When am I attached to somebody? I am attached to somebody, my son, my daughter, my spouse, when I feel I'm this body. Because what is the relation between a husband and a wife? The body, right? When I see me as a body, I see you as a body. And therefore I become attached to you. When I see me as a body, Shubhani, I'm attached to my parent. I'm attached, if there were a child, I would be attached to the child. I would be attached to the family. Because I see me, Shubhani, as a body, so I am attached to that body. I want that body to be near me. I want that body to do what I say. I want that body to follow this path. Because I am the body. But lift yourself. Just lift yourself to the mind level. When we think I am the mind, we see other people as the mind. I am a mind, so I want to be near that mind. I want to be near that mind. I want to be around that mind. Lift yourself. I think I am the intellect. Okay, then I want to be near that intellect. I'm not so attracted to the body, but that intellect I want to be with. That knowledge I want to be with. Because why? I am the intellect. I want to be close to that knowledge, close to that teacher, close to that teaching. Lift yourself high. Drop that. I am the Atman. Where am I not? I am everywhere. I don't need to be with anybody because I am everywhere and in every being. So attachment happens because we're stuck in I am the body. Believe it or not, we're stuck there. We lift ourselves to a higher level of identification, we get attached to those people, those places. Lift again, we get attached there. When we lift ourselves, Uddharet Atmanat Manam. This is what it means. Lift yourself to the level of Atman. That's where you belong. Nat Manam Asadhet. And having done so, don't come down from that. You cannot actually. You're Achyuta. You can't fall. But you only think you do. Stay there. Remain as that. In this way, we become fearless. There's no fear of doing anything because we realize that our own body, mind, intellect, all of it is limiting us. And even the doership is limiting us. You are the immortal self. Just be, everything gets done through you. Why are you afraid of it? The fear of disease, it goes. The fear of losing someone close to us, it goes. And therefore we realize that we are immortal. Now, isn't this something worth realizing? Right? This will give us immense peace. So, now the teacher gave such a profound answer. The ear of the ear, the mind of the mind, the speech of the speech, the breath of the breath, the eye of the eye. student is saying, can you tell me? The teacher says, let's see. Let me see how to describe it to you. If you want to know how do I describe it to you, it's going to be a little bit of a hard thing. Okay? So let's see here. Mantra number 3. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na va gacchati, no manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yadhaitadanushishyaat, anyadeva tadviditat, atho aviditat adhi, iti shushruma purvesham, yenas tadvyacha chakshire. We'll do a lead repeat again. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na va gacchati, no manaha, na vidmaha, na vijanimaha, yadhaitadanushishyaat, anyadeva tadviditat, atho aviditat adhi, iti shushruma purvesham, yenas tadvyacha chakshire. Okay. So the student says, oh my goodness, it's the eye of the eye. How do we see it? Na tatra chakshur gacchati. The eyes cannot reach there. They can never go there. Can you tell me about it? Na va gacchati. Speech doesn't go there. Speech can't describe it. Then, can you tell me how to think about it? No manaha. The mind doesn't go there. Do you know it? Na vidmaha. I don't know it. Can you teach it to me? Na vijanimaha. Yatha etad anushishyat. We don't know how to teach it to you. Why? Anyad eva tad viditat. It is different from what is known. Is it unknown? Atho aviditat ati. It is different from the unknown. Iti shushruma purvesham. This is how we have heard it. Ye nastad vyacha chakshire. This is how they have taught us. So the eye doesn't go there. Speech doesn't go there, nor the mind. And we do not know that. And we do not know how to tell you about it, how to teach you. Because it is different from the known and it is beyond the unknown. So have stated all of our teachers who have taught us. Now what to do? We're in a pickle. We can't know Brahma. Huh? So, see how profound this mantra is. He says, the eyes can't see it. Why can't the eyes see it? Because the eye can't even see the mind, isn't it? Eyes, now here, when I say the eyes see, we have to think about this in a little bit of a deeper way. How is the eye getting the capacity to see? It is like fire is giving capacity for water to boil. So let's say I have to boil a potato. I have to boil a potato, right? So what do? I turn on the stove, I put a pot of water, and the water boils, and I put the potato there. And I take out the potato and I have a boiled potato. Now, I did not use the fire directly to boil the potato, but I used the water. And the water became hot to boil the potato. And after some time, the water becomes cold. It's not hot all the time. So the heat, does it belong to the potato? No, because after some time it gets cold. Does the heat belong to the water? Where does the heat belong? Fire. The heat belongs to the fire. It's intrinsic in the fire. But it lends its heat to the water, and that lends its heat to the potato. Now the fire here is consciousness. And the water is the mind. Huh? So consciousness is lending sentiency to the mind, and the mind is lending sentiency to the eyes, and the eyes are able to see the object. So yesterday I told you something that's inert, cannot know itself and cannot know anything else. The eye on its own cannot know itself. Doesn't know what's going on in the eye. It doesn't know if it's dry or wet or moist, and it cannot know this on its own. It needs sentiency. Just like the potato cannot be hot on its own. So, I is getting the sentiency from consciousness, right? The difference in the example here, we have to note, is in the fire and the boiling water, the fire is actually touching the pot, right? It's touching the pot. But consciousness is not touching the mind. There's no relationship there. The mind is just doing its thing in the presence of consciousness. So there's no relationship there between consciousness and the I per se, consciousness, the mind per se. But in the presence of consciousness, everything is functioning. So when it says the eyes cannot go there, the eyes can't even see the mind. So how is it going to see consciousness? Right? Eyes can't even see our thoughts. It can see this object, but it cannot see our thoughts. Because the eyes have their own field of cognition. The eyes can only cognize form and color. So it can cognize this gray thing that it's curved shape, and it can cognize a color, gray. But the eye cannot hear sound. It can't cognize sound. That is the function of the ear. So the eye has a limited field of cognition. So it's not going to be able to cognize the mind or the self. It's only limited to form and color. So the eyes will never be able to see Atman. But wait, what do you mean? Because we go for darshan. We go to the temple. We go to the temple and we go to the temple for darshan. And we travel thousands and thousands of miles. I'm flying to go to Kumbh Mela for darshan also. I'm doing that, right? We go thousands of miles for darshan, and we get to that place, and we push and we shove and we go into that temple, or we get VIP darshan. But even if we get that VIP darshan, we are in there quickly, but we only have 1 minute maximum. If you're VVIP, then a little bit more. But 1 minute, 2 minutes. But even in that 1 or 2 minutes, what are we doing? We're closing our eyes. Right? We saw this in Chandogya also. We're closing our eyes. What does that mean? It means we inherently know that God is inside of us. We inherently know it. What does bhakti do? Bhakti makes the seer the seen. Bhakti makes that Bhagwan, which is in me, seen. That's the joy of bhakti. It makes the seer seen. What is the joy of jnana? It goes from the seen to the seer. Jnana goes from the seen to the seer. That Bhagavan is inside of you. And what is the joy of bhakti with jnana? No seen, no seer, only seeing. That's the unification of knowledge and love. There's only seeing. So the glory of bhakti is, it has so much power to make that seer into seen. It's like the bhakta calls forth waters, lots and lots of waters, and with its devotion it makes the water ice. And the role of jnana is, with its knowledge it makes the ice water. And the role of both, it just is. Doesn't do anything to water, just is. So the eyes will never see that truth. It won't, it can't. Because it's that which illumines the truth. Does that mean we should stop going to a temple? No. Go to the temple. Be in front of Bhagavan. Go for darshan. But when you reach that point, know that it's the same reality that's expressing there, that's expressing here. When we go to these places, they only make us turn even more inward. Until we recognize Swatma Tirtha, that Atma is our place of pilgrimage. Our true place of pilgrimage is Swatma Tirtha, like I said in Atma Buddha, where we don't even have to move. We don't even have to book tickets. No flight, no train. And we can just go without moving. What a wonderful thing. So natatra chakshur gacchati. Not going there. Nava gacchati. Can speech expound on Atma? If not, what are we doing here? The word Brahman doesn't even touch Brahman. The word Aham Brahmasmi does not touch Brahman. What we're doing here is using speech to remove all speech, to take us to silence, which is indescribable. Speech can do 5 things. Shabda, pravritti, nimittani. You may have heard this in some of your classes also. Speech can describe jati, guna, kriya, sambandha, and rudhi. Jati means species. Speech can describe a species of things. Is it in a plant species? Is it an animal species? It can describe classifications. You work in Caterpillar. Which department? Which department is this department or that department? Which building? Jati. You need speech. Guna. Guna means quality. So jati means species, classification. Guna means quality. We can describe something because it has a size, it has a shape, it has a form. I'm able to describe this. It's just kind of round here and flat, and it's gray, it's got leaves. It has some qualities. I can speak about it. Kriya means some kind of profession. Someone is into certain action. So somebody is a mother, a father, not that that's a profession, but that's an action, that's a position. Or somebody's a teacher, somebody's a professor, employer, employee. We can describe that they belong to a certain position, a status, a role. The fourth one is sambandha. Sambandha means relationship. So somebody is a spouse, a child, a husband, a wife. Is sambandha. And the fifth one is called rudhi or convention. Convention means it's something so popular that we could just point out to it. For example, when somebody names you Abhay, right? So when you point out, you know that that's Abhay, right? Because you can point out to him. When somebody says the sun is in the sky, you can point out to the sun. It's a ruby, very popular. You can point out to it. Or the moon yesterday, you can point out to it. Now, what about this Atma? There's no species. There's no Atman species. Right? There's nothing like Atman. And if we even look deeper, there is no Anatman. Everything is actually just Atman. So there's no species there. There is no quality. It's nirguna. Doesn't have a color, form, shape, size, nothing. It doesn't have any profession. Atman is the non-doer, not a doer. It's not an experiencer. It doesn't do anything. It's not in any role. It's beyond all the roles. Any relation? No, it's non-dual. It's not even one. Because if you say one, you can add something to one. It'll be two. And you can subtract something from one, it'll be zero. So there's no other thing. That's why we say non-dual, advaita. There's no other thing. So what relationship will it have? Is it something you can point to? No, we can't point to Atman. So it can't be described because it doesn't have any of these classifications that would make something descriptive or describable. Therefore, our Upanishads indicate Atman through things like neti, neti, naiti, naiti. It's not this, it's not this. Adrishyam is not seen. Avyavaharyam, you can't transact with it. Agrahyam, you can't grasp it. You can't grasp it, you can't speak about it. You can't speak about it, you can't talk about it, you can't see it. It just is. So what are we doing then? Why are we all studying this? The words of Shruti are so incredibly powerful that they can indicate through speech that truth. And as I said, leave us silent for us to realize it on our own. Take, for example, the 10th man. I'm sure you all know the story, right? All the story of the 10th man, and then one of them, they all crossed the river, all 10 of them. And after crossing the river, this one of them started counting, and he only counted 9. Because he forgot to count himself, right? We know the story. And when that person, the guru came and said, you are the 10th man, that knowledge, that speech has the capacity to produce knowledge. But it is we who have to take it. We have to internalize it. So when he says, you are the 10th man, what has to happen next? There has to be like, I am the 10th man. I am the 10th man. So that speech is so powerful. Tattvam asi. It's so powerful to tell you, you are that, but I have to say, I am that. And after that knowledge, I am that, only silence remains, because only the self remains. So that's what the words of Shruti are meant to do. They're meant to take us in that direction. Take us to such a sublime height that we get it. And that's why it's Shravanam. It has the power to give it. But do we have the power to take? That's why all the Shanti mantras come into play. That's where all the karma comes into play. All the upasana comes into play. So, Navag Gacchati. Words can't describe it. But Shruti has the power to indicate it. If we can take it. Alright. We'll stop here today and sit in silence for some time. So, just revise a little bit before we sit quietly. Today, we saw the answer to the student. We saw the teacher's answer, and we saw why it was so profound, because it's making us look inward, and it's making us take anything, the eyes, the ears, the mind, and connect deeper. And why would we want to do this? Because when we let go of the I and go to the eye of the eye, when we let go of the ear and come to the ear of the ear, we start to let go of this ego. And when we let go of the ego, we find rest. Computer rested. Agreed with me. Huh? At the right time, it's right. And therefore, know this truth. Amrita Bhavanti, and one will realize that they are immortal here and now. What a precious gift. How to know that? Again, the student wants to know. The eyes won't go there. Because it's within. Can you speak about it? Words won't go there. Because it's within. Okay? So with that, let's sit quietly. Sit straight. Be comfortable. Be in your place of rest. Your eternal, timeless, immortal self. Just remain there as I guide you in this meditation. Start with 3 Oms. Relax the lower back, upper back, shoulders, arms, and the hands. Relax the neck, face, forehead, and the crown of the head. And just relax the entire body from the crown of the head to the toes. Relax, relax, relax. Take a deep inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just let everything go. Let everything go. Bring to your mind Guru, Bhagavan. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Seek the grace, blessings of Guru Bhagavan. Now, bring the knowledge to your mind. I'll chant the mantra. Just listen. Shrudrasya shrudram manaso manoyata vacho havacham saupranasya pranaha chakshushaschakshuratimuchyadhiraha pretyasmalokat amrita bhavanti. The ear of the ear. Shrudrasya shrudram. The mind of the mind. Manaso manoyata. The speech of the speech. Vacho havacha. draw your attention within and remain as you are. I'll be silent for a few moments. Gently bring to your